So here's a really good one that perfectly demonstrates, again, that if things aren't going well, they always come back. But just because they come back, doesn't mean a guy has to take them back. Title: My ex who cheated on me with her trainer just reached out after a year of silence. Now her life is falling apart and she wants me back. Sounds about right. He says here, hello everyone. I'm 28 years old. I just had a weird situation pop up. And I honestly don't know how to process all this. Maybe getting it off my chest will help. Names are fake, obviously. A little over a year ago, I was in a serious 3-year relationship with Megan, a 27-year-old female. Everything seemed great between us, at least from my perspective. We were talking about moving in together and even had casual talks about marriage someday. There you go. Around that time, I started getting into fitness and introduced Megan to my personal trainer, Jake, a 30-year-old guy. Jake is a super charismatic guy, and he hit off with Megan. But I didn't think much of it, just assumed that they had a good trainer-client relationship. After a few months of them working together, Megan started acting more distant. She'd be busy after her workouts. You mean she was getting busy. She wouldn't come home until late, and her phone would suddenly always be on Do Not Disturb. I asked her about it, but she blew me off saying that I was being paranoid. So, okay, the classic stereotypes. Phone issues, guarding her phone, having it turned off, coming home late, all of a sudden being distant, which probably meant a great slowdown in the SEX. All these classic signs of cheating. Well, it turns out I was not paranoid after all. One night, Megan left her phone on the counter while she was showering, and it lit up with texts from Jake. Let's just say they weren't talking about meal plans or workout routines. What a freaking scumbag. This was his personal trainer. You know, you have a relationship with your personal trainer. It's your bro helping you get in good shape. I was a personal trainer for years. I mean, this is just, it's like along the lines of your friend cheating with your girl. It says here, I confronted her immediately and she broke down. Admitted she's been cheating with him for months. And she was labeling this guy paranoid for him bringing up obvious issues. She told me that she fell in love with Jake and that it wasn't about me. It was just something she couldn't help. Okay, you can't fall. Sometimes, how can I put this? You don't control who you fall for, but you can control how you behave. If she was falling for the trainer, she should have broken up with this guy and instead of cheating on him, but she wanted to have her cake and eat it too. So she packed up her things and moved in with him within a week. This poor bastard. The guy he introduced her to be the trainer, cheating on her, and the guy he thought it was his friend. That was the worst time of my life. It felt like my entire world had been ripped apart. I blocked out everything and focused on picking up the pieces of my life. Therapy, gym, hanging out with bros, and I slowly started to move on, even though it left a deep scar. It's understandable, man. Many of us have been there and been betrayed, and it really does something to you. 3 years is no small amount of time with this girl. And he thought it was a possibility he was going to marry her. But hey, you know what? Silver lining, he dodged a bullet. Then out of the blue, a few days ago, she reached out to me on a new number. At first, I wasn't going to reply, but curiosity got the better of me. She started by saying that she misses me, and she's so sorry for everything, and she made a huge mistake. These lines are so cliche. I mean, how many times have I covered these in these stories, or you guys have heard them personally? No, it's more like Jake threw her out. Jake, whatever the fuck his name is, threw her out. And now she wants this guy back because she sees him as a nice guy, and he'll, of course, take her back. Apparently, things with Jake went downhill fast. She found that he was cheating on her. That's how Chad and Tyrone roll. He says, oh, the irony. They broke it up, and now she's stuck, lonely, and miserable. She's even admitted that she's been thinking about me for months, but was too ashamed to reach out sooner. No, she's probably trying to find some other guy, but she wasn't having much luck. So this is why she's going back to him. They always come back, guys, as long as they're unhappy and they need something. She says she realized that what she had with me it was real, and she wants to make things right. She claims she's willing to do anything to prove she's changed, and asked if we can meet up to talk. Don't do it. Don't waste your time, dude. I know you're curious. I know you're enjoying the satisfaction. I'm sure there's a party that still loves her, who you thought she was, but it's a bad idea. And bullshit, she's changed. Here's the thing, Reddit. Part of me still has feelings for her. Smack, don't start. But another part of me is screaming to block her again and never look back. Well, listen to that part of you. I don't know if I can ever trust her again after what she did, but hearing her sound so broken on the phone stirred something in with me. Well, it would stir laughter in me. Maybe it's pity, maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe I'm just an idiot. So here I am trying to figure out what I should, if I should hear her out or tell her to stay in the past where she belongs. What would you guys do? Well, I would tell her to stay in the streets where she belongs. But what do you think he's going to do, guys? Well, I'm going to go to part 2 now. He says, "Hey everyone, I wasn't planning on doing an update, but after meeting up with my ex, I feel like I need to get this off my chest." So, of course, he met up with her. He couldn't resist. If you didn't read my first post, the quick version is, well, I don't need to read that. Y'all know what happened. So we met up yesterday for coffee, and I went in not really knowing what to expect. Part of me wanted closure. Part of me was still curious about what she had to say. We talked for a good couple of hours, and it was a lot to process. Smack! You bonehead. Now listen to this. Remember when she first reached out to him, she was all apologetic, and I want to make things right, and I'm so sorry. Basically, she was in her own way, accepting blame for everything. Well, now that she got him to meet up with her, watch how she switches tactics here, realizing she now has a little bit of leverage. Megan started by apologizing. She admitted that leaving me for Jake was the biggest mistake of her life, and she's been paying for it ever since. Without getting into too many details, things between them weren't as perfect as she thought they'd be, and the whole relationship basically crashed and burned. She's been struggling ever since, mentally, emotionally, financially. It's been a rough year for her. There you go, financially. So who she's back with? Come on, it's obvious. But here's the part where I wasn't really prepared for. She also brought up a lot of things about our relationship that I never considered. She said that while cheating on me was 100% wrong, she felt like I wasn't the best boyfriend either. There you go. Now she's twisting it around and trying to manipulate him that the cheating was your fault. You weren't always there. You were always working, that type of shit. She wasn't saying any of this crap on the initial phone call, but now she got to meet up with her for coffee. Now because she realizes, okay, I got some leverage here. According to her, I didn't always make her feel appreciated, and she resented me for that. She mentioned that I was emotionally distant at times, more focused on my work or hobbies, and she felt like she wasn't a priority. Well, you know what? She shouldn't have been the priority. His top priority should have been his grind, his purpose, and staying healthy and his bros. Okay, she shouldn't have been his top priority. Any guy who makes his girlfriend his top priority behaves in that way that we all know is not going to work, and this shit happens. So, no. That doesn't justify her cheating and her behavior and deceit and all that. No. You think she'd be back here if things worked out with Jake? Of course not. She didn't use it as an excuse, but she said the built-up resentment contributed to her being tempted by someone who made her feel wanted. She is using it as an excuse. We all heard that. Hearing that hit me hard. I didn't see myself that way, but looking back, I can see where I might have dodged the ball or dropped the ball. I thought I was being a good partner, but maybe I was blind to some of her needs. Bro, don't let her Jedi mind trick you. She said she spent a lot of time reflecting and realized she should have talked to me about her feelings instead of stepping out. There's a fucking idea. You can't have a relationship without trust, and you can't have it with communication. But instead of communicating in a way he understood, and I don't mean dropping fucking hints. But here's the thing. Something tells me based on her actions, if she was really thinking he was neglecting her, she probably would have thrown temper tantrums or something. So, no. After we finished talking, she asked if we could try again. She claims she's learned from her mistakes and wants to rebuild what we had. Well, apparently what we had wasn't so great, so why do you want to rebuild it? And you've changed? No, you haven't. This guy takes her back, she'll do the same shit in 6 months. Probably 1 month. She told me she's willing to take things slow and prove that she's different now. But I'm torn. On the one hand, I've done a lot for healing in the past year, and I don't know if I can or should go back. On the other hand, I can't lie. Hearing her admit her mistakes and explain her side of things made me feel something. Maybe it's closure, maybe it's sympathy, maybe it's old feelings creeping back. I honestly do not know. Now I'm just confused. Smack. Dude, you sound like a chick. I'm so confused. Come on, dude. Part of me wants to move on and never look back, but another part of me is questioning whether we both made mistakes that we could be fixed now that we've grown. Dude, she hasn't grown. You've grown. She has not. I can't tell if she's just trying to ease her guilt or there's a real chance of something better. What would you guys do? Is there any point in trying to rebuild, or is it better to leave things in the past where it belongs? Smack! Can't believe you're asking that question, bro. I get that she broke your heart and she cheated on you and you spent 3 years of your life with her. You can't get back with someone like this. Once a cheater is a cheater. The second, in her view, her needs are being met, or somebody more exciting comes along, or a better option comes around, she's going to monkey branch to the next guy. She's proved it. The only reason she's back is because it didn't work out with this dude, because he was cheating on her, which I think is quite poetic. And she mentioned it's been a tough year financially. She's back with you because you can obviously contribute and take care of things. And her perception of you is that she thinks that you're the type of guy to take her back. And guess what? She's not entirely wrong because you met with her. The second she found you on your new phone number, which I'm curious how she got your new phone number, I might add, she told her fuck off. Or maybe at least after you heard her grovel a little bit, then you could tell her fuck off. You know? Go suck off the Amazon driver because he ain't getting any here. But whatever. But no, do not take her back. Because you take her back, she's going to think, oh, well, you know, next time things get boring, I can go cheat on him, but he'll always take me back. And you think she had little respect for you before, it's going to go to a whole new level. So, bro, the other day, you can do what you want to do, but you take her back, you're going to be hurting down the road. She deserves to be not given the second chance. And maybe, just maybe, she might actually learn something if she can't get, you know, because if you take her back, she's not going to learn shit. You know, you're going to be just like another one of these guys in these stories. So that's what I think about that. Cut her loose and have nothing to do with her. Otherwise, well, you're going to be posting on Reddit in a few months how you should have listened to the Reddit folks. Good luck.